The Everglades, vast, unique, magical light and beautiful wildlife, a place to see with one's own eyes in real time. There are 6 main ecosystems within the park: the marine and estuarine waters. These extend from the Florida Bay to the 10,000 islands, all fed by the seagrass beds beneath the water, the mangroves, freshwater marshes, cypress forests, a pine rockland, and the tropical hardwood hammocks. Natural moats that surround the hammocks and tree islands help to protect them from fire. The Everglades are enormously influenced by elements in nature, such as fire, hurricanes, water, elevation, which we will witness at Reef Pass. In this video, we will visit 9 areas of the park along the main road. Hi YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be exploring the Everglades National Park located in South Florida. The main road through the park is 38 miles long, but there is so much to do and see. Come along and join me as we explore and hike some of the trails. We go out to Flamingo and take a boat tour through the Buttonwood Canal and the Coot Bay. And I'll be camping. There are 2 campgrounds here in the park. One located in Flamingo, which is an RV park, and then one for tent campers and RV located in Long Pine Key. So sit back, relax, come and join me as we explore this beautiful national park, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. My first stop of the day is Royal Palm. I wanted to hike the Anhinga Trail. I got up extra early to see the sunrise at the Royal Palm, and it was so colorful and spectacular. It was unbelievable. That kind of light is so special, and the rainbow was super spectacular as well. The Anhinga Trail is probably the most well-known trail in the park, and is the first trail closest to the Ernest F. Coe Visitor Center. It looks out over a freshwater sawgrass marsh. The trail begins at the Royal Palm Visitor Center and is an easy, family-friendly, paved and elevated boardwalk trail that is 0.8 of a mile loop. The amount of wildlife that can be seen from the trail is amazing. This trail is family-friendly and wheelchair accessible. The Anhinga is a common bird here in South Florida, also known as the snake bird or water turkey, known for its long neck and its pointed bill that it uses to spear fish. We often see this bird drying its wings in the sun as its feathers aren't waterproof. It's recognizable by its black and white silvery lines on its wings. The day I hiked the Anhinga Trail, I saw many alligators laying in the sun and in the water, both mature and baby alligators. The alligator is a keystone species, and the dry season is the best time to view them in the park. They are crucial in helping to shape the wetland habitat, and they mainly congregate along the slough. The male alligators can reach as much as 13 feet long, and the females as much as 10 feet long. The color of their skin differs depending on their habitat and the water quality. Sometimes it can be an olive color or brown, gray, or even almost black. Let's head on down the main road and explore more of the park. So along the main road, there are these pullouts, and they've got informational plaques to learn about the Everglades. So right behind me, you're going to see what looks like vast stretches of grasslands, but there are tree islands. And behind me also, there is a stand of willows. So right there is the willow stand. It's a big pool of water they call an alligator hole. The slash pine forest gives way to a different woody wetland as we continue to drive east. The Everglades National Park was designated an International Biosphere Reserve in 1976. Looking out over the river of grass, the term Marjorie Stoneman Douglas dubbed the Everglades, one sees the immense grass prairies where the sky reaches down to touch at the horizon and where slow-moving water creates a habitat for keystone species like the alligators and the wading birds found in the subtropical part of America. Along the main road, a slight rise of 3 to 4 feet creates a unique habitat where a dwarf cypress forest can exist, and with it many other species. They rarely exceed 15 feet tall and grow in low nutrient soil. The marl prairie seen here in this woody wetland area is worth a stop to see. With a layer of bedrock under the water that allows the river to flow and seep through, this unique habitat provides life for a huge diversity of species. The park is home to over 1,000 kinds of seed-bearing plants, 120 species of trees, and bromeliads and epiphytic orchids. There are over 300 species of birds. The park is a Ramsar wetland of international importance to preserve, conserve, and protect its future, and it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site for nature conservation. Okay, so the first large pond that we come to along that main road is the Paroutis Pond behind me, and this is a great place where photographers love to come and try and photograph some of the wildlife. There's a small parting in the trees here, and over to my right there are several photographers with their tripods set up, so we'll go over there too and see if we can see some wildlife. The pond is a great spot to see roseate spoonbills, egrets, and white ibis. Canoes and kayaks are allowed on the pond, and this is considered to be a prime wildlife area in the park and is sometimes closed during the wood stork nesting season. All right, so continuing on down the main road, the next large pond that we come to along the road is the 9 Mile Pond. So here in this pond, they've got the oldest crocodile living, which is 60 years old. And they've got canoe and kayak rentals. Here it's a 5-hour kayak trail. You can take a shortcut, which would be about 3.5 hours. So, and it's clearly marked with these white, they're not buoys, but they're like white sticks in the pond. So it's kind of going through mangrove forests. Okay, so I see the big crocodile over along the shore. I'm gonna try and get to a safe distance and get a little video clip of him. And then I'll show you a map of what the canoe trail looks like. So I'm not gonna get too close. So here they've got a map that shows you where to start, which is where we're standing. It's by the parking lot. And the pond canoe trail is a loop trail here. This will take you 5 hours to go all the way around the periphery of the pond, or you can take the shortcut through the center, which is going through the mangroves, and that'll take you 3.5 hours. All right, so let's head on down the main road to the next stop, which is West Lake. Alright, so here they've got restrooms and picnic tables up where the parking area is. This is where we are at here, West Lake. It's quite large, and they also have a canoe trail which comes out to here, or you can come back around. It's got a short boardwalk trail, a loop trail, so we'll go out on that. Okay, this is over at the boat launch area and looking out over West Lake. There's a large algae pond right here. And there's a boardwalk trail through a mangrove forest, and the boardwalk trail is 0.4 of a mile. Take you about a half an hour to walk. And this is where we parked here. They have a bathroom. They've got a boat ramp if you have your own non-motorized boat or a kayak or a canoe, and this will be the trail that we walk on to get out to West Lake. Right, so we're at the very start of the elevated boardwalk. Goes through a hammock with mangroves, and it's got railing. This is an easy, family-friendly trail and wheelchair accessible as well. Walking through a white mangrove forest. They have different leaves than the red mangroves. Alright, so here you can go straight or turn left because this is a loop trail. Alright, so looking out over West Lake. Alright, so heading back now to the parking lot, and we'll continue on our road tour down the main road towards Flamingo. So this is the Snake Bight Trail. It's 1.8 miles one way, so 3.6 round trip. We're starting here, which is right off the main road. Goes out here to a boardwalk. You can connect to a different trail, the Rowdy Bend Trail, which comes around here. This is Coot Bay over on this. Okay, so our next stop along the main road is the Snake Bight Trail. And this is also a family-friendly trail. It's just a straight trail with sandy trail. And it's 1.8 miles one way, so 3.6 miles round trip. And I'll show you what that's like. So this is the beginning of the trail. Looks like it was once a road. So along the trail, if we do spot some wading birds, they're going to be off to the left where the slough is, egrets and herons. You can see we got some rain this morning. The trail's all sandy and muddy right here. We're coming to the end of the trail. There's a sign up here. Let's see what it says. Nice view out to the bay. Let's continue walking to the. So here's a look back at the slough that we followed. So this is where it ends, right here, still among the mangroves on the left side, and then this little area where the slough empties out into the bay. This is as far as you can go. Right, so heading back over this little muddy section because we got rain this morning. But with the rain came a beautiful rainbow. Okay, so I'm heading back now. It took about an hour and 45 minutes to walk the trail round trip. Next, I head on down the road to Flamingo Marina, and there we will take the Backcountry Boat Tour. This is led and narrated by a local naturalist. The boat travels down the Buttonwood Canal, a man-made canal where we will see wading birds and baby crocodiles. Then it enters into the Coot Bay. We travel across the bay and enter into the Turner River. I found the Backcountry Boat Tour to be so relaxing and so informational. I enjoyed the narration and looking out over into the mangrove forest to try and spot wading birds like herons and egrets.
Feature of the red mangrove. It's important for the red mangrove to have its roots in the water this way because they filter up to 95% of the salt that enters the plant. So crocodiles, while they can live in salt water, they're not restricted to only living. Oh, we're looking at a rosette spoonbill out here on our left.
After traveling through the Turner River, we enter into the Whitewater Bay, and that's our turnaround point. The boat tour lasts an hour and a half. A slow travel down the Turner River allows us time to spot anhingas and pelicans. This is a very popular kayak river here. As our backcountry boat tour ends and we return to the marina, I am grateful for the beautiful weather and the opportunity to see South Florida's unique and special wildlife along the waterways. What a great way to spend the afternoon! After the boat tour from the marina, I walked a short trail over to the Guy Bradley Visitor Center. A short stop at the Visitor Center. There is a tribute to Guy Bradley, who lost his life confronting poachers in the Everglades. It's a part of the local history. This is Guy Bradley. He was a Guy Bradley, a South Florida native and former plume hunter. He became a game warden to protect the area's wildlife. In 1905, he confronted several hunters at Oyster Key Rookery, 3 miles southwest from here. One of them opened fire and killed him. His murder shocked the public. While at the Visitor Center, I took this opportunity to get a timestamp for my National Parks passport. for me to head back down the main road to the Long Pine Key Campground. Okay, so I made it to my campground, Long Pine Key Campground, which is a privately owned campground here in Everglades National Park. I've got my campsite all set up. I'll turn the camera around so you can see that. So for those of you who watch my videos, you know when I go camping, I use an REI Kingdom, and I've got a cot. And then each campground comes with a picnic table and a fire ring. Okay, so here's a map of the campground. It's got a loop road all the way around, and then these little branches on the inner side. So these campsites have the most privacy. The ones around the loop have the least privacy, and they're the smallest because you're going to get the road traffic for people coming and going. So, okay, so let's go for a little walk around the campground. The bathrooms, just know that the bathrooms are very primitive and rustic. I would say that they definitely need to be remodeled and upgraded. I normally like my videos to be really positive, but they're looking a little old and tired. The water's not warm, but it's not cold either. So if it's 80 degrees outside, it kind of feels refreshing to have a lukewarm shower. All right, so let's go for a little walk around the campground. You can see we're in a slash pine forest, and this is a really large key out here. There's a nice space in between the campsites along the outer rim of the loop road, and then here's one on the inner part of the loop road. There's no shade, and each site comes with a picnic table and a barbecue grill. Right, I'll take you down one of the inner roads so you can see they do have a little more privacy. So when I made my reservation for camping, you get what's available basically, because the site I got was the last site in the campground on a Saturday night. Right, so on the left, that's the showers and the bathrooms. You don't need a key or a code or anything. And then this is one of the inner roads. So the sites are much bigger, like twice the size. See how spacious this one is. You've got the parking pad here, your table and grill, and then way over here, you've got another, oh, that's probably a separate site. And then there's a little path in between the two roads you can walk on. Okay, they do have water for cooking and drinking. So as far as Everglades National Park, this is real pretty. This is what it looks like in the park. You've got your sable palmettos, you've got your slash pine trees, you've got ferns, bromeliads, and that's about what it looks like. And here we can walk up to the big pond and look out. No swimming. Pets are allowed as long as they're on a leash. That's a real good sized pond. And of course there are alligators. This is the slash pine forest. Well, good morning, everyone. I slept really well. It's really quiet and peaceful out here. Woke up to a gorgeous sunrise. The whole sky was lit up with orange color. I got my water started for coffee, and I'm going to make some pancakes. Over at the ranger event area, there is a loop trail around the pond. Let's go for an early morning hike. Okay, YouTubers, I'm going to end my video here. It's been a wonderful and excellent road trip in the Everglades National Park. So thanks for coming along on my adventure. And until the next time, peace and love.